everyone, back with another session with Hank, and right away we're going to start by tacking up Western, pretty much repeating the exact same last session that we did because I don't feel he was totally confident and comfortable with it. So tacking up Western, lunging him out, and then I will be putting the pillows on him to see if I can help him work through that a little bit more this time. Saddle pad, and now for the saddle. Good, and advancing it a little bit quicker than we did yesterday. I'm going to leave the stirrup down on it. And then toss it over and see how he's feeling about it. Good boy. Very nice. He definitely knows that cluck noise. Unfortunately, there's some sort of hunting going on nearby right now, but it doesn't seem to affect him too much, so I'm just going to keep going along. Perfect. So, and I'm curious to see if all of this backing up would occur if he was tied up still. While I was doing this, that'd be something that I may want to look at some point and bring him up to the cross ties and put him in there to tack him up and kind of see how he responds. So if he's quiet while I drop the, I believe it's called the latigo on this side, I don't know, don't come at me, I'm an English rider, then I'm going to reward. Super important that even though he's still kind of like looking at me when I'm getting those treats to reward him, that he keeps his head forward or even tipped to the side when I actually deliver the treat to him. Good, I'm going to reward right there so he didn't back up. Anytime he backs up, ask him to come forward again just by kind of gently tugging on that lead rope. But it's important that you don't let them get used to coming into your space for that treat, or that's how you're going to end up getting those nippy horses, those treat-hungry horses. So here I'm going to keep going, kind of ignore all the movements. Back him up, and I'm not going to reward him for that right there. Today, because I know you guys, hopefully if you're watching this video, you watched the last one with him, so you're kind of understanding where he's at and everything that we did in the last session. Good. There's definitely some discomfort for him when I'm cinching him up, so that's something that I may slow down next time and take a deeper look at. Good. So I'm just going to reward the walk today. The trot and the canter I'm going to do at the same time. Good. Drop. Good. Changed my mind on that because I need the stick because he's going to be lazy. Drop. So a little bit stricter with him that time because he's really blowing off when I ask him to trot. Good boy. I'm going to reward right there because I saw that release. He kind of unlocked his jaw. Good. Drop. I'm going to push him a little bit in the canter. So right now what I'm trying to do is see if I can get a trigger to work him through. You can kind of see where it falls apart here. Good boy. In his lunging circles, when he gets kind of panicked on that side that's closer to you guys, he's pulling out on this rope, so good boy. Gonna wait until he has a calm canter. Good. Wait. Good boy. The reason I'm having him stop a little bit further back is because yesterday I know he did kind of explode when he saw that pillow out of his eye. So I'm making sure we don't repeat it today with the saddle. And right now I just want the walk. Good boy. Good boy. Good. So I'll give him a second to settle here and then I'll push him back up. But I don't want to easy call him into my space if he is going to spook at his sides when he faces up and kind of turns, because then that's just setting him up for failure. That's setting us both up in an unsafe position. Good. So now he's a little bit more amped up because I did get after him about kind of blowing me off on that trot transition. Good. Good. And now trot. So I just have to remember from now on to have the stick and string with me, because for some reason, whenever we're tracking to the left, he likes to kind of just be really sluggish in that trot. Trot. Good, and now I'm going to ask him to canter. So it is sometimes difficult to tell if he is getting unbalanced, which is where he's cross-firing or even on the wrong lead entirely. If that is a reaction to him being on the wrong lead, or the wrong lead is a reaction to him being scared about something else, if that makes sense. What? I'm going to do some desensitizing with this saddle. Good boy. This hind end. So you saw there when I went to touch it, he was a little bit more sensitive this time. Let me come over to the side where you guys can see. Good. That was better. But right then, when I went to touch his hindquarters without warning anywhere else, he did get a little bit of like the shakingness. He just kind of dropped in his bones a little bit. So I'm going to make sure that I keep checking in with that. See, even then there's some switching. Good. Very nice. That's better. We're going to get those pillows put on, and what I might do is leave him hanging out with the Western saddle for a little bit, but I really don't want him to roll with it on, so I'm not sure exactly what I can do there, or if that's some instruction that I can give to his owners when they bring him home, and give them a couple of things that they can do with him that'll help them, because by the time he leaves here, I'm not going to have him for a very long time, but when he leaves here, I want to make sure that he's set up for success in other ways. Normally I would be fine with it, but right now I only have one Western saddle, and I really don't want this one to get broken in any sorts of way. going to do this time is put them on those further back ties. Good, I'm going to reward him there. He's already starting to look at them a little bit suspiciously. So I always want to make sure that I can be kind of quick about this because, again, I don't want to get either of us in any trouble. Alright, and I'm going to start by having him go to the right, since that's how he's set up right now. Good boy. Good. Immediately he kind of releases there. Good. And his eye is super soft. Good. So this is where I'm trying to turn him in to stop him, but I don't want him to spook at the pillows. Good boy. So I find there's always a little bit of caution when you're trying to bring them in and they're nervous. But I do need to bring them in because I am trying to go the more positive reinforcement route for certain things. Trot. Good boy. Good. I'm going to take that for his trot right now. If that's what he's comfortable with giving, I'll let him be alright with that. And I'm going to ask again. So instead of immediately pushing him when he tries to break out of it, and then ask him again. Good. Good. It always seems to be what gets them is when they turn in to come in. Alright, we're going to ask for a step of canter if possible. Drop. Good boy. One more step. Canter. Good boy. Very nice. Good. One more time that direction. We'll go the other way. I think this is a major improvement from yesterday. Good boy. I always want to make it positive. I know there's a way to quote-unquote work them through it by kind of pushing them and making them like run and get tired or really like making them gallop through it. But for this horse, I think the best thing to do is reward those little tries and let him know that when he feels all right with it. Good boy. When he feels all right with it, I really want to reward him to let him know that that is the right thing. Good. And that he should feel comfortable with it rather than trying to make him run through it a bunch. Alright, this is the more sensitive direction. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Good. A little bit more unsure. He keeps asking to come in over here. Good. Get a reward there. He did try to ask to come in and he kind of released on his own. Good boy. Now we'll see if we can get the trot. same thing over here. I'm letting him give a couple steps and then come down when he needs to. Good, but what he's trying to do is also like dive in towards me and come in. So I have to be a little bit more firm with my body coming towards him and even my whip pushing him out to make sure that he keeps that distance. Good. One more. Got. Good boy. Good. Good, and now we're going to ask for the canter. And if this is all right, which I hope it is, that's going to be the end of this session for him. Trot. Canter. Good. We'll take those baby strides right now. Good boy. And canter. Good boy. I'd rather him, when he gets nervous, slow down than run through it. Canter. Good boy. Reward that one, and then one more time with the canter. That was super. Out. Something else I'm going to do with him next time is as he's moving, and he may not even necessarily need the pillows next time, while he's in motion, I want to desensitize him with tack on and that rear cinch on. Because I think if I were to touch his butt right now, we might have a little bit of a different reaction. Canter. Good. One more good one. Stay out. Good. See how right there when I added that extra energy, we got more of that butt scoot? I know that's not like the technical term, but you know what I mean. Good. He thought about it there, but he came back down. So when I added energy there to keep him moving, and I came at it with a little bit more energy than I normally have been with him, he got really nervous and tense and wanted to shoot forward. Good boy. So I just had to reassure him that all I really needed was just him to hold that trot, and then I'm not going to come after him again. I don't need him to hold it and be super forward with it. I just need him to pick it up. Good boy. And again, canter. Good. Wow. Very happy with that today. Very, very happy. I think that was fantastic. I feel great about that. So I'm going to end the session right there with him. And he's usually no problem untacking, so I'll untack him off film so it doesn't get too long. But I'm glad you guys are able to see the comparison from yesterday to today. I know it's difficult because you can't see his face that up close and you can't really see his breathing patterns. He's one that's very communicative or communicative. I don't know which term it is. Communicative with his breathing. So he does a lot of holding in, exhaling. He actually does a lot of jaw releases on his own, which is awesome to hear. But he's a horse that you can really tell when he decompresses and when he's all bundled up. So that's super useful to be able to see. Hopefully you guys at some point, maybe you can even zoom in on the video or pause it and see certain points where you can notice that he's tense versus relaxed, and then kind of figure out what those indicators are for your own horses at home. But thank you guys so much for joining today's session, and I will see you in the next one.